Hello, beautiful people. Okay, I gotta move some stuff. All right, there we go. Hello, beautiful people. She's back. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Lugg, and I'm the president, the founder, the spiritual advisor, success coach, life coach of One Love and Light Center located here in California. And we are a spiritual center that help people find and maintain their blissful Zen. So in other words, I love to tell people, think of us as your elevator operators to elevated consciousness. Yes. And we do this in a myriad of ways. We do this through the practice of yoga, guided meditations, Reiki healing sessions. Yes, I am a Reiki master. And the reason we are here today, tarot and oracle readings. And today is for the moon of Aquarius. Yes, come through my fellow air sign, my fellow air brothers and sisters. Yes. So I always like to begin in a space of gratitude. So shout out to my new subscribers, old subscribers, all subscribers. Your girl appreciates you. So if you're new to this channel, by all means, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, get that little like button up there. Give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Trust me and hear me. We appreciate all good vibes. And that's no more than just sending awesome good vibes. Appreciate you. Thank you. And as always, we have 3 decks on deck. And I switched out one of the decks. So instead of the self-care cards, this round, I did career and finance cards. And you're going to love these cards. I know I say this every time, but guess what? It is what it is. I love these cards. I always will work with the cards first before I present them and use them for you, for the fam. And so these cards are dope. All right. So without further ado, this message is for you, my Aquarius brothers and sisters. Come through. Let's go. Now, before I begin, go ahead. It's all about perspective. All right. So I got an interesting message today. This is for the month of April. Yes, April is almost out, but you still needed to hear the message. And I'm sending out positive vibes. I'm sending out positive love for those who had a trying April, but for those of you who did not, beautiful, whatever. Oh, I would like to preface with this. It came to my attention before about what resonates with you. Always keep in mind, I do readings for the collective, all right? So the whole entire sign of Aquarius. So if you feel that a reading or something I said does not resonate with you, it's okay. Think of it as a board meeting where the majority rules. And so because of that, everything's not going to apply for you. But when you are ready to have your personal in-depth reading, come and holler at your girl at numerical 1 love and lightcenter.com. Best way to receive it or get it and holler and connect with me is through the website. And all links will be down below. So take the message, get what you need to hear, and let it go. All right. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get it done. I have an interesting deck. So I'm going to start with this one because I want to end with some good. All right. So for the first round of decks, you have conflict and defeat. Number 5, conflict and defeat. Victory and success. Come through. Number 6, 8, accelerated motion. Come on now. And underneath the deck, you have 6, moving on. Now, this deck that I have, and last 2, spiritual union. So this deck that I'm using right now is the closest thing to a tarot card reading, okay? But it's still an oracle card. So what does this tell me? Let's start with this one first. Beautiful 2. So this beautiful 2 right here, spiritual union, would be synonymous with the 2 of Cups. And the 2 of Cups is about a joining, a connection, a partnership, a union. And Cups is always about emotions, all right? Feeling our emotions, dealing with the emotional side. And so, beautiful people, let's keep it moving. I also see conflict and defeat. Now, we talked about this earlier. April's almost out of here. So this could have already happened, or it ain't over. So it could still happen. But know this, union, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic union. It could be a partnership. It could be through friendship. It could be business relationships. But just be ahead is a heads up if you have not experienced it on awareness. And if you already have experienced this, I got you. Your girl got you. Conflict and defeat. So this one would be synonymous with Five of Swords. And Five of Swords is a combative kind of card in its old right-of-way translation. It's five swords ready to go, people right there. It's ready to everybody's getting ready for war. Okay. Now, the thing about this conflict and defeat, I like this analogy. You can win. Wait, how's it go? You can win the battle. No, you could something like you could win the battle, but you could lose the war or something like that, or you could lose the war and win the battle or something like that. So it's all over the place. But the point that is getting at, some arguments or disagreements, is it really worth the whole relationship of losing or affecting the relationship or changing the relationship? Sometimes as people, because remember, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, sometimes we take things to heart. And because we are human beings, we have the choice of the knowledge of free will and options. And that gives us power in our way of thinking, our beliefs, our value system. And Aquarius, you are my fellow brother and sisters of the air energy. We are mental creatures. We are very much mental creatures, okay? And so I know how it feels when you're not heard. And because you are known as the rebels of the zodiac sign with your planet placement of Uranus, of change and just electrifying energy, I can understand how sometimes words can be exchanged or interpreted, and it could get passionate, and because you want to get your point across, and that just happens in any relationship, period, whether it's platonic or romantic, you just want to be heard. So I say this to say, as an awareness, if you feel that you are finding yourself being combative in conversations, discussions, disagreements, or agreements, I should say agreements, well, it's about positivity. But take a breath. A good practice is to take a breath. Now, one of the methods I had to learn with my hubby, because he wants to keep going, oh my God. And it was like there were no breaks. And I had to school him on the fact that I don't work that, I don't operate that way. I'm taking down your facts, I'm taking in your data, and I need to walk away so I can digest, so I know what I need to voice on my side or my viewpoint. Okay, so sometimes I have to yell out, time out, stop, it's too much, and walk away. I'll come back, but I need to walk away, I need a break. And it helps you to reset, because when you're in the heat of an argument, things can get bigger, louder, crazier, depending on your partner. But I want you to understand this. Sometimes you have to make a decision, especially if you really cherish the relationship and the partnership that you have with the significant other, whether again, friendship or business or personal. Is this fight worth it? Is this disagreement worth it? Is this conflict worth it? And if it isn't, again, sometimes the bigger person is the one who just surrenders and be like, you know what? Okay, let's agree that we disagree. And that's okay. You believe what you believe, and I believe what I believe. And one of the main things that helps to bring peace is, for myself, and I'm sharing it with you, so maybe you could put this into practice. I cannot control the actions of another person. I repeat, I cannot control the actions of another person. What I can control is how I react. I repeat, what I can control is how I react. So I say that to say, if it feels like it's getting too fiery and everything else, you be the leader. You be the one, peacekeeper if it needs to be. Take a break, take a time out, walk away. We'll come back, we'll talk about it, And at the end of the day, if we have to negotiate a peace treaty, let's do it. But remember, evaluate the relationship. Is it worth it? This last full moon in Libra was a doozy of figuring out what relationships work. So April had a very strong energy, Librian energy about relationships. We had some aha moments about our relationships with different people, our friendships and everything. And a lot of stuff came to light. And so now it's like time to make some decisions, because guess what? We have a new moon on April 30th. April 30th in the sign of Taurus. So, you know, start something new. So finish out the old and start something new. And why? Just know you have 8 accelerated motions. Now, this will be synonymous with 8 of Wands. And what 8 of Wands is a forward moving energy. It's it's a positive way of just all systems go. Accelerated motion. We're headed in this baby by. We following like the fire of the star of this sunburst of this star going across the sky. It's on and popping. We're moving past this stuff. And this is also an indicator right now. You're moving on. Let that shit go. Let it go. Let it go. If it's not helping the relationship and it's not soothing your soul or and it's messing with your peace, be the peacemaker if you can, and move on. Let it go. Why? You have victory and success. It is a serious story being told through these cards today. You have victory and success, but you have to dictate how you're going to see it. You're going to have to dictate how it's going to be handled. You have to dictate the power you have within to deal with the conflict. If this is coming towards you, or you feeling this coming at you, you always have power within you. Always remember that. You have the power. You have choices. So always, beautiful people, choose wisely. Moving on. That was the heavy of the heavies. Okay, but it gets a little lighter, but it's still some truth telling. Okay, come through, because we're gonna tell some truth. Come on now with my air energy. Now, you also have Chiron, the wounded healer. Although a deep and painful wound may be exposed, a powerful healing gateway has just opened. Although a deep and painful wound may be exposed, a powerful healing gateway has just opened. And underneath the deck, you have water. I second that emotion. Your emotions are awakening. Feel the full force of your compassion and empathy. Now, to add on what we just got through talking about, use compassion and empathy to help you through these times. Like I said, anytime there is a space of conflict, sometimes the other parties, and it could also be us, it's because we're already feeling some kind of hurt or betrayal or something negative to begin with. But it's our duty to not project whatever feelings we have if we're in a somber kind of mindset. It's not our duty to pass it on like a domino effect to the next person. That's not right. Now, it's our time to do our healing. And Chiron showed up here to let you know that if there is a pain that came up, if something came up in that dispute or that conversation, that sensitive conversation, maybe there's some healing and it touched a nerve. That's what we need to know and pinpoint. Thank the other person, because without that conversation, you still would not have known that was a sensitive subject that you needed to do some healing on. Some of us got some deep down underlying trauma that we have like ignored, not paid attention to, not even aware of. We have slept through it. And sometimes we need that. We need that what? That awakening. Your emotions are awakening. And you need time to use Chiron's energy as a healing. Chiron's going to be forever healing. And that's all right. We as spiritual beings will always be in a process of healing. People look at me and think everything is perfect, hunky-dory. And guess what? I have my good days and I also have my bad days. I know how to get out of my bad days a lot quicker than when I used to be like really down, down, down. No, baby. But it took practice. It took theory. It took seriously discipline to learn how to manage that and to quickly pivot out of that stuff. I'm still a spiritual being on my journey, on my spiritual journey. And there are things and elements of myself that I'm constantly learning, that's evolving. And there are times when I have to weep for that old Nadira, let her ass go, so I can evolve into this beautiful new Nadira that is excited to just be me and exchange and grow spiritually, grow mentally, physically, financially. And I got to shed the old to get ready for this new. I got to heal old wounds to be prepared for this greatness that's right here for me. Yes. Because without these wounds, how can you appreciate? How can you appreciate the journey? How can you appreciate the victory? This victory, this success? You got to have a comparison. You got to know what a low feel like so you can appreciate the high. And then when you're at that high, you stay vibrating at that high. Come through. Now, lastly, these are my career and finance cards. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. Now, check this out. Perspective, beautiful people. Now, these career and finance cards, what I like about them is there are 3 options and ways of reading the cards. I'm going to read all 3. If the message resonates with you, take it, hear it. That was your confirmation. You were supposed to hear this message. Remember, that's what tarot is all about. Confirmation for something you already was aware of. You just needed to have spirit come through with another medium to go ahead and give you that information on that confirmation. All right. And then, like I said, if it doesn't resonate with you, hey, you weren't a part of that majority for the board meeting, and it's all good. Holla at your girl when you're ready for your own with the spiritual team. Now, let's go. Now, you do have loss. Remember, this was a somewhat of a, it's all about what we talk about, perspective. Loss. Expect some financial turmoil in the near future. A job loss could make it difficult to keep control of your money. You will have to work really hard. Last one, you will have to work really hard to make ends meet. Hold on. Now, you also have ask for help. Consider asking for help with regards to your financial problems. Look at your financial situation from a new perspective. And lastly, you still have some resources remaining. Perspective is key. I promise you. That's another tool to help you pivot when things are going not what you see or what you deem as not in your favor. Okay. But I promise you, for every negative, there is a positive. Sometimes we don't want to wait to figure out what that negative and that positive is, but I promise you, every negative, there is a positive, an underlining positive for it. You lose a job, you weren't meant to be at that job because there's a better job waiting for you. You losing, spending some money right now because of something else coming up, but guess what? Just like you had that one, you got a good windfall of money coming in. It's all about, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. There's a lesson that has to be learned, and you got to be ready as a student of life to be ready to receive the message and the lesson and do it with some humility. That is the best way to flow through this life. I promise you that. And underneath, I had that message. I had that come on out. Thank you, spirit guys. I delivered. Got tingles and everything. Somebody had to hear that. Somebody had to get that message. I got you. Goals. Your underlining though energy is goals. Don't let the world lead you. Take the steering wheel and take control of your life. Some of y'all had to lose this job or this situation because you were stagnant. You were stuck in a place where you weren't even happy. And because you wouldn't move, universe forced your ass to get up and get out so you can get your peace and your sanity and your goodness and your new job or career come through. All about perspective. Second one, this would be a good time to write down your goals and aspirations. And third, focus on creating and managing a budget. All right. So your career and finance cards were some real truth. But again, we're mental creatures, Aquarius. We can handle the truth. Yes, we can. Air energy can definitely handle some truth. We might not like it all the times, but it's not about that. It's about the truth. It's about the logic behind it. it can get done. And now we can find a solution. We don't have time to be worrying about the problems. What we want is the facts, the information, so we can come up with the solution, so we can get shit moving, come through. That's how you keep it moving. That's how you stay in the flow. That's how you do it, beautiful people. And my Aquarius brothers and sisters, that concludes your reading. As always, I love being here. I'm getting tingles right now, and I know somebody's getting this message right now, and I'm so glad I'm here to deliver it to you. Mwah, I really am. Up next will be Pisces, the water sign of Pisces. So it might be some Aquarius Pisces cuspers, and there'll be a message for you in that one, okay? For sure. And as always, beautiful people, always remember to what? Shine your light. I am a firm believer. Ooh, hold on. Stop. You know what? It's all good, I guess. I'm all fuzzy, but you know what? Not gonna worry about it. This is how you flow. I'm gonna show you how to do. Let me show you how to do this, son. Either way it goes, I am a firm believer that if everyone was to shine their light, and I mean everyone was to shine their light, honey, no one would be in darkness, because you never know who you may inspire. See? Now what happened? Put that inspire on there, and now everything got cleared up. Baby, bye. There's a message for everything. There is a reason why everything happens, and it happens for a reason. Come through, but you never know who you may inspire. No matter what you're going through, what this turmoil is, or not even turmoil, we're not even claiming that. Whatever the conflict was or is or whatever, there's a solution. There's a greater side. There's a victory and a success waiting to happen. It's right there for you, beautiful people. You got to maintain. You got to maintain and get through it. Pivot, use your words, make great choices. You got this though. And it's okay to disagree. It is. That's life. All right. State your claim. You ain't got to look, say it, don't spray it or yell it out. Do it in a peaceful way. And like I said, if you need a timeout, honor that. Speak your truth. The partner is either going to understand, and if they can't, hey, they're going to get over it. But speak your truth and do what you need to do. All right. It's all good. Remember, there's nothing wrong with surrendering and walking away. It's all good. It's for a better cause, a bigger cause. Okay. And there's a bigger goal that needs to be attained, handle it, and do it well. Do it with respect, do it with a smile on your face. The energy will be infectious, I promise you. I promise you. Just shine your light. All right, beautiful people. Mwah! I love you, and I want you to continue to love on yourself. Till next time, and like I said, when you're ready for your own personal in-depth reading, hit the links below. All the links are below. Hit me on that website. Your girl got you. Send me an email. I got you. All right. At oneloveandlightcenter.com. Mwah. I'm out of here. And shout out. Bye. Oh, hit subscribe. And that like. Appreciate the good vibes, beautiful people. Bye.